Adventurers, CIG just released the roadmap roundup for May 15th, 2024. We need to check this out. Release view. In this week's roadmap update, we're excited to announce the addition of Alpha 4.0 to release view. They're targeting Q3 of this year. Now, this is CIG. Things can and very likely will be delayed, but still. Below, you'll find the initial set of features and content planned for this release, with more to come in the lead up to launch. Server meshing V1. The initial implementation of server meshing enables multiple servers per shard to improve load distribution and facilitates navigation between two solar systems. Speaks for itself. The next two are the mission system refactor and the transit system refactor. Essentially what these are them redoing the systems so that they work well with server meshing. Although they do say that the mission system refactor will allow for easier creation and maintenance. That should mean that it's easier for CIG to implement more content. And then we're not going to go through each one of these individually, but we have all of Pyro spelled out. Pyro 1 through Pyro 6. Their names, the descriptions, and even their moons. Pyro space stations, adding rundown rest stop stations to the Pyro system, which provide basic services such as repair, sustenance, and commerce. Outposts colonialism, a small home for AI to live and shelter. They consist of a central hub and a few optional internal and external modules. They provide the basic necessities to support a small group of people for the indefinite amount of time. Jump points, they're adding the jump point between Stanton and Pyro. Solar bursts, this is describing the solar bursts that happen in Pyro. It's interesting here because we get a specific that the solar burst travels at 15% the speed of light. Life support, implementing the first iteration of onboard life support systems in ships. This will entail a ship component that generates breathable gas when turned on and management of said life support component within the vehicle loadout manager. That is fantastic. Engineering. They pretty much have confirmed that engineering game loop is slated for 4.0. That's huge. That's huge. That's been a fun mode in Arena Commander, but here they're planning on bringing it in for 4.0 already. That's fantastic. Charge drain. Adding the ability for players to drain, store, and charge objects with power using the multi-tool. Includes the ability to overcharge objects and also remove distortion damage. I wonder if that also plays into engineering with the batteries that they were talking about in the larger ships. Multi-tool updates, raising the multi-tool up to the standard from Squadron 42 with additional functionality like cutting, repair, and updates like improved handling, integrated UI, and the use of batteries to operate it. Bringing in the fire hazard and the fire extinguishers, something we saw back at SitCon 2953. MFD rework and new displays. Rebuilding ship multifunctional displays and building blocks, including new design functionality and customization options. This update also includes a select number of updated ship HUDs, giving greater visibility as well as manufacturer-based visual overhaul. If you look at the mockups they have for the manufacturer-specific HUDs, it's awesome. Every manufacturer has a different look of HUD. So essentially, even just from the MFD alone, you'll be able to pick out what the manufacturer is. Quasi-grazer. These large, warm-bodied herd animals were originally discovered on the vast plains of Quasi on Terra, most notable for their unusual method of carrying their eggs on their underside. The quasi-grazer has become one of the standard seed animals, and they can be commonly found on most terraformed planets in the UEE. Additional player customization. Following the release of the new character customizer in Alpha 3.23, this update adds additional hair and facial options as well as face piercings. Here we go, the RSI Zeus MK2 ES. So the ES specifically is being held off until 4.0. I wonder if that's going to be the first Zeus in the game, and that ends the 4.0. Then the last thing to note is that they have committed to Alpha 3.23.1, the Retaliator's Gold Standard Pass and vehicle modularity. All right, this was just a quick and dirty video to get this information out to all of you out there. I did not expect this juicy of information to be dropped right now, especially just before Invictus. Seems like CIG really knows how to stoke those fires. As if a lot of our wallets don't already know that. All right, adventurers, until the next video, bye-bye.